everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show podcast. We are on the Pop Culture Show channel thing going on here. We are doing pop culture topics, and the big topic that we're doing so far is my collection of beautiful music that we get to play together. Even though if I play it, YouTube will kick me off, so I just get to talk about it and talk about the great musical selections I have. Now, it's been really funny because the first one we did was just like, hey, I'm going to see how long I can go. The second one, we went all the way to the C's, which was cool. The first one, we got to the C's, and then we started with C to J, or C to F, and then F to J we went yesterday. So I'm making fun of these names that we can make. And so yesterday's was F Volume 3. Today is Scott's Music Volume 4, Rollin' the J's. So, if you guys find that funny, cool, like, share, subscribe, hit me up, say, hey, that's funny, because I can make jokes. Alright, so we're going to start in the letter J with all the different songs that I have on here, and we start with the J. Geils Band, My Angel is a Centerfold. I know most of the song. It's pretty sad. Great song, I love that song. Then we have Jackson Browne, Somebody's Baby, from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Great song. Jamiroquai comes in with Just Dance, the Napoleon Dynamite soundtrack song. I also have their other one, Virtual Insanity. That's probably going to be on the mixtape one. That's going to be super long. Just a heads up. Janet Jackson, I only have 3 of those. That's the Way Love Goes, Nasty Boys, Escapade. I think I used one of them for a DJing gig that I had one time. Janis Joplin comes in with Take a Little Piece of My Heart, me and Bobby McGee, and my personal favorite, the most important song ever, Oh Lord, Won't You Buy Me a Mercedes-Benz. My friends all have Porsches. There you go. I just love that song. I love how she starts it out by saying, this song is of great social importance. And then, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Jars of Clay, I have 2 of those songs. I Want to Fall in Love with You, which is a great song. And Flood, great Christian group there. So I'm always impressed to hear their new music. I've heard their new stuff, but I don't have it yet. Jason Michael Carroll with a country song called Alyssa Lies. I cannot actually listen to that song all the way through. I'm just going to give you guys a big heads up. I cannot listen to that song all the way through. It is just depressingly sad all day long. But it's a beautiful song. So, if you want to hear a story, that's a story. I like my music to have a little bit of a story. So, there you go. Jefferson Starship Sarah, which actually would just be Starship, I think, but it's just under Jefferson Starship. The Jets come in with You Got It All Over Him. Awesome song, Crush on You. The Jets from the 1980s, great stuff. And then you got Jewel. Jewel comes in with 3 songs on my computer. Foolish Game, Hands, and You Were Meant for Me. I am kind of surprised I don't have Who Will Save Your Soul. But if it's not in the mixtape one, I should probably just get it. So, just saying. Jim Brickman, Angel Eyes. I'm only saying this because it's a song I've used for, I think, every wedding I've ever DJ'd. It's one of the most beautiful songs. It's like 3 minutes. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's a beautiful little piece of piano, and then you go right into the bride theme. So if you time it out right, you can do all your marching down the aisle in like 2:28, or if you wrap it up, you can do it in 5. And then you go right to the bride theme. Awesome stuff. And then Jim Croce with 3 songs on my computer. I have to say I Love You on a Song, Operator, and Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Did you know he's the baddest man in the whole damn town? I did not know that about Leroy Brown until Jim Croce told me. So big shout out to Jim Croce and his family. I believe Jim is no longer with us, so big shout out to his family, and great musical artist. Jimi Hendrix all along the Watchtower. And then some Jimmy Buffett. We got Hey Good Lookin'. And I'm sure Margaritaville is in the mixtape. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. Got some Jock Jams. I Like to Move It, Cotton Eye Joe. I got that song a whole bunch of times on here. Then you got Joe Cocker. Great. Awesome. I love Joe Cocker. With a little help from my friends. Great stuff. You Are So Beautiful to Me. My favorite Joe Cocker song, though, is with Al Jarreau on the All I Got soundtrack. It's Lost and Found. That's just the coolest song ever. A little side note about Joe Cocker. He was at Woodstock. And one of the guys who did Woodstock had only ever heard his music and thought, hey, this guy's going to show up and he's going to be, he's an African-American gentleman who sings like that. And here comes it walking in this white guy. And he's like, and who are you? And he goes, I'm Joe Cocker. And he goes, I don't think so. It's a little side note on they actually thought that his singing that he wasn't who he was. It was great. Then you got a little bit of Joe Nichols with Tequila Makes Her Clothes Fall Off, which is kind of a fun little ditty. Fun little song going on there. And quite a question for some people. Does tequila do that to you? And then we have John Cougar Mellencamp, and I have 3 songs for that. Jack and Diane, Pink Houses, and Hurt So Good. Those are wedding songs for sure. I'm not a Mellencamp guy. I'm really not. Then you have John Lennon, Give Peace a Chance, Working Class Hero, Imagine. Great stuff. And then John Denver was actually before that with Thank God I'm a Country Boy. Again, another wedding song you have to have. Because somebody wants to hear it and dance to it and do like a whatever. I got another Mellencamp song, Rockin' in the USA. It's a good song. John Michael Montgomery, I have 2 of his songs, I Can Love You Like That and Sold. So there you go. I got a lot of Johnny Cash. I got Hurt, which was kind of his own funeral song. I mean, how cool was the guy who he could write his own... He didn't write the song. Now, Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails wrote the song. But he played his song, which turned out to be his goodbye to the world. I mean, it's sad. At the same time, it's like, that is the coolest thing ever. I mean, this guy was just brought out cool to the masses. Just amazing. I Walked the Line, A Boy Named Sue. I don't think anybody else could have played A Boy Named Sue and got it over as much as Johnny Cash did. Just amazing. And then we go to Joss Stone, You Had Me. Great little song. Kind of quite catchy. I actually have that a few times, so you might hear that in the mixtape as well. And then we go to one of my favorite groups of all time, Journey. And I'll Be Alright Without You, Who's Crying Now, Send Her My Love. My mom's favorite song, and again, a lot of my musical stuff comes from my mom. So, I love you, Mom. I want to say that on my podcast, at least once. Lights, and that was her favorite song, and she would always tell me to play that song. So, that was definitely her favorite. And I Send Her My Love. There you go. Journey was great. I love Steve Perry, so I even have some Steve Perry on here. I think he did Foolish Heart by himself. And O'Sherry. Great stuff. I mean, Burger King is using their stuff, any way you want it. Family Guy used their stuff with Don't Stop Believin'. You hear that anytime you go to karaoke, everywhere. So, it's great. Journey is awesome. You have the Judds, and I actually like the Judds. Some of their stuff is just really good. Love Can Build a Bridge. It's a great song. So, I'm not ashamed to say I like the Judds. Now, we move on to the person who is going to do the Super Bowl halftime show this year. I'm super excited. And thank the good Lord it's not somebody like Katy Perry, who is terrible. It's Justin Timberlake, who's going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 3 hours away from me, and doing the Super Bowl halftime show. I have 3 of his songs. I have Sexy Back, I have Rock Your Body, and I have Senorita. And I can tell you all 3 of these songs are on my phone, and they are ready to go when I am at the gym. So that's how cool he is. Then we're on to K now, and then I totally screwed up my computer, so you'll hear a little noise in the background. Me trying to run through all my music. So Justin Timberlake again is going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Hopefully he doesn't have any malfunctions of any kind. He can get back a little bit of his credibility to the Super Bowl people. Anyway, I'm going to go absolutely nuts here for a second and say this is the coolest name ever in music. I cannot wait to say this. So, I have this song from the 1980s, and it is called Too Shy, and it is by the band Kajagoogoo. One more time. Kajagoogoo. It's the coolest name ever. I should have just named this podcast Kajagoogoo. So, whatever works, right? Alright, folks, we do have some Casey and JoJo as well. Great stuff there. And then Casey and the Sunshine Band, Shake, Shake, Shake Your Booty. Great stuff there. Fun stuff. I like good music. Kelly Clarkson, I have a few of hers. Kenny G, I have some of hers. Because, hey, you gotta have that at a wedding. It's a great beginning song. DJs who suck out there, who are not putting together great music, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Use good music, not Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb. Oh, my God. I'm still on that. And then I got a whole bunch of Kenny Rogers songs. So I got The Last 10 Years, Lady, The Gambler, Islands in the Stream, Coward of the County. Kenny Rogers is awesome. And even somebody who... I'm not a big fan of country music. You might have heard some country songs, like I have John Michael Montgomery, and I have George Strait, and I have a little bit of Garth Brooks. But Kenny Rogers, you gotta have him, because somebody's gonna come up and ask you to play him. Or you could just sit there every now and again, be playing poker with your friends, and be like, I'm playing the gambler. It's just what you got to do in this world. Kenny Rogers is just such an icon that why wouldn't you have him? Then I have Kenny Wayne Shepherd with Deja Voodoo. It's not as cool as saying Kajagoogoo, but Deja Voodoo is a Kenny Wayne Shepherd song. And then from the Ledbetter Heights CD, Born with a Broken Heart. Great song. I have some Kid Rock stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Kid Rock, so I just have his stuff. And I'm not even going to talk about him anymore. Kill Bill, I have a few songs from Kill Bill. The soundtrack was pretty awesome, I gotta say. And just in case you guys are wondering what my favorite music soundtrack is, or movie soundtrack is, it's tied between Mamma Mia, which is awesome, and the Twister soundtrack. So there you go. Next one we go to is Kiss. I have Detroit Rock City, Forever, I Want to Rock and Roll All Night, Lick It Up, Strutter, Beth. My favorite song out of that is probably just going to be Forever. I like that song. I'm a ballad guy. I'm not going to say that too often, but I'm totally a ballad guy. I could just jam out to ballads all night long. I don't even need a full-out rock song. But if I'm going to go for a full-out rock song, Detroit Rock City, you can't go wrong. You can't. Just what it is. Kylie Minogue, Locomotion, and Love at First Sight. She's just amazing. Great Australian actress and singer and model and everything else. Lady Antebellum, I Need You Now. Great song. Then I have Lady Gaga. I have Paparazzi and Telephone, Bad Romance, and Poker Face. Again, if you're DJing anything ever, you gotta have it. Now I have one of the songs that I used to DJ, used to use, Not really anymore because everybody kind of forgot the dance. But I do know the dance. And if you guys ever want the video from that, send me $5 million. Seriously though, if you guys ever want to see me dance anywhere ever, I will do it up on a video on YouTube. You guys got to start hooking me up with some likes and shares and subscribes, big time. And I will do the Ketchup song by Las Ketchup. It's a really cool song. I might have to hire somebody to come in and do this with me, but I will totally do that. Let's say if we do $1,000 by Thanksgiving, I will dance to the Ketchup song. So there you go. And I don't think I can do it on YouTube. I'm gonna have to send it out somewhere else. So I'll do this. If I get $1,000 on the either any way you guys want to do it, if it's PayPal, or if it's we'll do it on the 5K because we're working on the running. So if on the 5K or the PayPal, any which way we make $1,000 by Thanksgiving Day, I will dance to the Ketchup song, and I will do that on Patreon.com. So there you go. If anybody wants to see me dance to the Ketchup song, dear God help me. I'll do it up. I'll totally do it up, and I'll probably even do a Facebook Live. We'll do a Facebook Live, and then we'll do a special one for Patreon people. So, $1,000, peeps. That's the goal. $1,000, and I'll do the dance to the Ketchup song on Facebook Live. Oh man, I might even have to stop this podcast right here because I'm scared for myself now. But that's what we're going to do. $1,000 by Thanksgiving, I'm going to dance to the freaking Ketchup song. Alright. And then we have Led Zeppelin, Kashmir, All of My Love, Stairway to Heaven. Song remains the same. We go to Len, Steal My Sunshine. I Belong to You, Lenny Kravitz, great stuff. American Woman, Are You Gonna Go My Way, Fly Away. I mean, Lenny Kravitz is really good. I mean, Can't Get You Out of My Mind is my favorite song by Lenny Kravitz. Got some Little John here going on. Little Mama with the lip gloss mix. I find myself listening to that song more than I ever should. Lionel Richie, All Night Long. How can you not like that song? And then we got ooh. And I just hit the microphone, folks. I am thinking about having to dance to that damn Ketchup song. I just hit the microphone, and I do apologize for being a little noisy on that. So I'm sorry. Now, we are going to do, we're on to Lisa Loeb. And Lisa Loeb did a song called Stay, which is just one of the coolest songs of all time. And everybody knows it. So, like, everybody knows this damn song, Stay, right? But Lisa Loeb, Do You Sleep is another one. I Do is another one. I had her soundtrack, or her CD called Firecracker. Amazing. Lisa Loeb is up. And check out her show, too. Her show was cool. I think it should have gone a little further than it did. Lisa Stansfield, Been Around the World, and I Ain't Found My Baby. There you go. Lita Ford, Kiss Me Deadly. What a cool song that was. Lita Ford was a rock star. And her and Ozzy Osbourne doing Close My Eyes Forever will be my always favorite Lita Ford song. Little Big Town doing Boondocks and Good Is Gone, Bring It On Home, and the song that I heard was my mom's last favorite song. The one that she always liked to jam to was Pontoon by Little Big Town. So I gotta give them a special shout out. Lots of love to the group. That was my mom's song, and she loved to hear it. So there you go. Live with Lightning Crashes. Living Color, Cult of Personality. I cannot play that song anymore without thinking about CM Punk, the wrestler. So I try not to. Lone Star, One More Day, Mr. Mom, Amazed. Got Lords with Royals. Vandalier Rose, Loretta Lynn, doing Portland, Oregon with Jack White. What a weird combination that was, but it just worked. And it's just weird when that happens. You got La Bamba, you got Lou Vega on here, Lou Reed, and then you have Loverboy working for the Weeknd, and then you have the boss of R&B music, the boss, Luther Vandross. I mean, how could you go wrong? If you guys don't have Luther Vandross in your music, you do not know what true great R&B awesome music is. Power Love, if you Here and Now, I Was in Forever. I mean, my goodness gracious. The guy just brought out all the best of music, and Luther is missed numerous times. The guy is just super talented, was super talented. So yes, Luther Vandross, the man. I'm just going to give it up to him right now. The reward for being the guy. So Luther Vandross, oh man, that's just fun stuff to listen to. Leonard Skinner is the next one on the list. Give Me 3 Steps, Sweet Home Alabama, Free Bird. Great stuff going on. I think Give Me 3 Steps is Leonard Skinner. If I'm wrong on that, I don't think I am. Sometimes, like I said, the music selections are a little messed up because when I got these songs, people were screwing them up, and they suck that way. Alright, so we're going to go to the M's, and then after the M's, we are done for today. We go right on to the Macarena, which I know very well. I know how to do the Macarena. Then we go to Madonna. Madonna with Borderline, Crazy for You, Get in the Groove. My favorite Madonna song, though, I couldn't even tell you. I think Live to Tell is such a great song by Madonna. Bonita is such a great song. I listen to Madonna all the time. And part of that's for the wedding stuff, and part of that's just because I love it. Mamas and the Papas, Monday Monday. 2 songs you gotta play on Mondays, and that's Monday Monday by Mamas and the Papas, and Manic Monday by the Beatles, or the Bangles. The Bangles. You see how tired I am and thinking, crap, I just made this thing and I might have to dance to the damn Ketchup song. Then we got Mamma Mia, Honey Honey, and Winner Takes All, Take a Chance on Me. Great stuff for Mamma Mia soundtrack. Then you have Mariah Carey. Now, I love old school Mariah Carey. Not the new stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Mariah Carey, the new stuff. I know that I give a lot of shout-outs to the good people Wild 'N Out and Nick Cannon, and they rip on Nick Cannon for having married Mariah Carey and all the crap that happened during their wedding and their marriage. But, Mariah Carey, old school, Vision of Love was awesome. Emotions, Fantasy. And then, of course, I gotta give a big shout-out to my good friend Brian, who did Rubber Chicken Theater, and I always played All I Want for Christmas Is You. That was the last song before we go to the actual stuff of what's going on, and I missed that. So big shout out to Brian and his unquenchable love for Mariah Carey Christmas songs. Martina McBride is next. Concrete Angel is a song that I will never forget. God's Will is another one. Kind of reminds me of the Alyssa Lies thing, just because it's so depressing, but at the same time, it's so damn good. Martina McBride and Pat Benatar played on Crossroads together, and Martina stayed right with Pat Benatar on every single one of her songs, including one of the greatest versions of Heartbreaker I ever heard in my life. So, yeah, she totally gets lots of points for me. Marvin Gaye is the next one on here. Sexual Healing, of course, the biggest song I think he's done. Matchbox 20, I have 2 of those. If You're Gone and Closing Time. Again, sometimes I don't know who did what, where, when, why, and how, but there you go anyway. And we just make it happen as we go along here on the Scott Show podcast. Then we have, and On Well by Matchbox 22. We have 2 of them from MC Hammer. Yes, I have weird-ass music. Thank you so very much. Too legit to quit, and you can't touch this. Because guess what? You go to a wedding with some old-school people who love their music. You play You Can't Touch This. You say, hey, when there's an argument, when you two are arguing, I know exactly what she's going to say to you. And then you play You Can't Touch This. And it's just funny because then you get one person out there doing that stupid MC Hammer rap dance, which is awesome. So, got some Meatloaf next. Hopefully some mashed potatoes after that, but joking aside, Meatloaf is one of my favorite artists for the theater of music. I like the theater of music. I've said before in other podcasts, I like the theater music. I like the idea of lots of instruments and just give me a performance when you do it. And so I like that. Life is Lemon and I Want My Money Back is one of the greatest road songs, especially if you're pissed. I do anything for love, but I won't do that. How can you go wrong? Great stuff. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was totally jamming to that yesterday. I probably jammed to that again today. And Rock and Roll Dreams Come True. I would, 2 out of 3 in bad. Great stuff. And Meatloaf is just so phenomenal as an artist. So definitely check him out. Melissa Etheridge, I'm the Only One, All American Girl, and Bring Me Some Water. You're probably going to see more on the mixtape that I do later, which will be the end of Scott Music, but we got lots of volumes since we're only in the middle. We're in the M's. Men at Work, I Come From a Land Down Under. Meredith Brooks, I'm a Bitch. Song that you just have to have. At the end of the wedding at 12:30, all the chicks who don't have dates always want to hear the song. It's a God's honest truth. Any girl who does not have a date to the wedding, or has the boyfriend or whatever had gotten mad at them, 12:30, 1 o'clock rolls around, bars ready to close. Champagne is gone because I drank half of it. They all want to hear Meredith Brooks, I'm a Bitch. Metallica one of the greatest songs of all time. I will not argue that ever. It's probably one of my it's definitely one of my favorite guitar songs. I could listen to it all day long. I even do exercise to it just because it gets you pumped up by the end where James Hetfield's just going nuts. And Lars is just rocking the drums. So one is definitely in that list of songs that I absolutely love forever, along with Grayson Hughes, Talk It Over in Bed. It'd be Metallica 1. That would be on my top 5 for sure. Enter Sandman, Unforgiven, love that stuff too. But Metallica 1, you can't beat that. You just can't. Then I have a little bit of Michael Bolton, When a Man Loves a Woman. Gotta have that for every wedding. Michael Bublé, Moondance, Sway, and How Do You Mend a Broken Heart. I first heard of Michael Bublé, actually, on the show Kath and Kim, the Australian TV show, which is hilarious. Check it out if you guys have time. And they were dancing to Sway as Michael Bublé was in Australia. Just check it out. It's one of the coolest dances, and it's a great song. Michael P.S. Hayes and the Fabulous Freebirds, Bad Street USA. Have to have that one on there. Michael Jackson, you gotta have Michael Jackson. My favorite Michael Jackson song, by the way, The Way You Make Me Feel. No, on totally not even a question on what song is better than that. Michelle Branch, I have Carlos Santana and Michelle Branch, The Name of Love. That's one of my favorite songs. The Game of Love, I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite Santana songs just because it's so catchy. I knew it had love in the soundtrack, or in the name. Miley Cyrus, I have one song by Miley Cyrus, and that's Party in the USA. Gotta have that for any wedding. And just because it's not that bad of a song. So there you go. Milli Vanilli, I have 4 of them. Baby, Don't Forget My Number, Blame It on the Rain, Girl, You Know It's True, and Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You. Gotta have my Milli Vanilli. Because they're awesome. Even though they didn't sing a damn thing. They're still great. If you guys want to hear, actually, I can play some Milli Vanilli for you right now, and YouTube won't kick me off. So here live, right now, I'm going to play some Milli Vanilli. Here we go. That's a joke because they didn't sing anything. All right. Modern English, Melt With You. I have that song. Monica, Angel of Mine. Great song. The Monkees. Got Daydream, Believer, I'm a Believer, Pleasant Valley Sunday, Last Train to Clarksville. Monkees remind me of a really cool thing back in the day when I used to watch their TV show. So they had a TV show. Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. And then I have the Moody Blues, Nights in White Satin. And Motley Crue, Girls, 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 Home Sweet Home. And my favorite song, for one reason, is Dr. Feelgood. And the reason I love this song so much is because this guy would come into McDonald's and he called himself Dr. Feelgood. And he didn't know what the song was, so I had to play it for him, and then he just jammed out to it in probably one of the best McDonald's jam sessions ever. So, and then, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, Without You. Probably Without You is another one of my favorites, too. Mr. Big, To Be With You, Mr. Carrie, and Broken Wings. Mystical, Shake It Fast. So, if my last song here on the podcast that we do that's gone 31 minutes, Shake It Fast by Mystical is the last song. So, folks, I'm going to get going here. We are going to resume this with the ends tomorrow, and it will be a whole bunch of fun. So, check it out. And $1,000 to the 5K fund, and I will dance to the Ketchup song. So, check it out, folks, and we'll give shout-outs later. Have fun, and we'll see you real soon.